So sometimes we get the wrong impression because there's a beautiful painting that Shamrani did years ago, but it depicts Krsna Das Kaviraj as being an old man in the painting, seeing this vision of Baladev. He wasn't. If you go to the village here, his home village, Jalampur, I think is the name of it, but there you'll find his family house, and they will tell you categorically he left when he was about 18 or 19 years old. He never got married. He left at a late teens is when he left and went to reside in Radhakund for the rest of his life, where he wrote the Govinda Lilamrita and the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So he was a young man when he left, not old. So I know personally I had the impression that he was old when he left because I could see this painting. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada said a painting tells 1,000 words. So if we're doing a painting to put in a divine holy book, it has to be under guidance and it has to be correct according to Tattva and Siddhanta. If it's not correct. So this Kutichak sannyas is the sannyas who just builds a kutia within his home area and remains there alone, basically. But he may have his relatives close around. That's called kuti, because a kutia, he stays in a kutia. And the Bahudak, he travels and he preaches. So this is a higher stage than the Kutichak. And then the Hangsa, he's like a swan-like personality. He travels extensively and has no fixed residence at all, and is only living to develop his bhajan simultaneously to serve the conditioned souls. If he's a Goshtinandi, if he's a Bhajinanandi, then he's just performing his bhajan. So these three stages. Sukhadeva Goswami, when he leaves his mother's womb after 16 years, he only leaves his mother's womb because Krishna has assured him that Maya Devi will not influence him for the time it takes for a mustard seed to remain on the horn of a cow. So we consider how little time that is. But Sukhadeva Goswami agreed, yes, that's enough time to leave my father's ashram, Vedavyasa's ashram. So as soon as he left his mother's womb, he just left that ashram. Yam prabhajantam anapetyam apetya prityam. We say this verse every day. He left that ashram. But when he hears the beautiful verses from the Bhagavatam that the wood collectors were trained in by Vyasadeva to chant in the forest to try and attract his son back, when he hears these verses, Bahar Pitanata Barababur Karaneo Karanikaram, these beautiful verses from the Venugit Aksharam, what's that? This Aho Bhakiyam Stanakalakutam Jighamsa Yapaya Rapya Sadvi, that Krishna granted the Putana witch the position of mother. This just broke Shukadev's heart when he heard the compassionate nature of Krishna. Then he wanted to hear more. So Shukadev, he returns to his father's ashram and he hears the entire Bhagavatam. So Sannyasi Thakur is like this also. He's coming in contact with the sound vibration of the Vaishnavas and he's leaving because Shukadev Goswami is performing a Leela. My Gurudev describes that he's not really a Brahmagyani. It's described something that he's in that mindset of like a Gyani or wanting liberation. But my Gurudev says this is only for Leela. But his real heart, because previously he was a parrot of Sri Radhika, how can he suddenly be a Brahmagyani? But he's performing this Leela in order to demonstrate the potency of Srimad Bhagavatam can attract even a Brahmagyani. So here we have the same dynamic that Sannyasi Thakur is being attracted to the speciality and sweetness of the Vaishnava chanting pure Shuddhanam. So he's hearing that. Why we rise during this Brahma Mahurata hour. Lord Brahma is so generous in his creation that he's given us this short window, this mode of goodness, Brahma Mahurata hour, from what is it, 3:30, 4 o'clock practically until 6, or 3:36 until 4 something, till 5, Oh, it's till 6 o'clock. Yeah, 5:30, approximately like that. So only those hours in the whole day is the mode of goodness present. As soon as those hours finish, the mode of passion kicks in. Everyone goes to work, industry begins, etc. Then in the afternoon, everyone goes to sleep, it's tamagun. And then in the evening time, passion again. And then again, sleep, tamagun comes. So these are the only couple of hours in the day, the most clear hours in the whole atmosphere, when the sadhak can really chant and really attempt to dive into contemplation and concentration on these ecstatic transcendental pastimes of the Lord. So Lord Brahma has made this particular time. When we get the Sanskrit terminology, like an object is called a vastu. And if we learn what a vastu is, there's no other word that means the same as vastu. So when we hear this term vastu and we use that terminology, it opens up a whole appreciation of the meaning of that. But if you try to translate it, it's going to be a shortfall. It's like with the Gayatri Mantras. If you try to give a translation of the Gayatri Mantras, you're going to try to fix them in a certain meaning. Those Gayatri Mantras are evolving in our consciousnesses daily. They're not fixed. It's like love itself is not fixed. It's always moving. It's always ecstatic. It's always growing. It's alive. So these mantras, they are alive. And if we try to restrict them to a specific meaning today, and a week later when we're chanting them, we're thinking, and the consciousness wants to go broader on the meaning, then, but we keep running back to what was written down about the meaning. My Gurudev was very clear about this. Once I tried to write, because so many devotees would not hear the Gayatri Mantras correctly. So I wrote down a whole sort of translation of all of them, and I gave it to my Gurudev and said, can I send this out for people to focus more on their Gayatri Mantras? And my Guru said, never. You do like this and they'll think that forever this is the meaning of the mantra. This might be the meaning of the mantra for a year or two, but then the mantra has to evolve in our depth and appreciation of it. Understand? It has to grow. So like this, with these various terminologies, try to understand them in the Sanskrit vocabulary. Thakur knows how to behave. He knows how to honor. He knows how to acquire the mercy of the senior devotees. It's very, very important. My Gurudev would spend a lot of time coaching us, schooling us on etiquette. He would tell us, like when we sit, we used to sit in front of him, why are the juniors sitting so close? They should give space to the seniors to sit close, etc. He would always be prompting and correcting all the time, this engendering respect throughout for ultimately Guru and all those who are closer to Guru, and then the next levels like this, and this whole current of respect. If that is being taught and practiced in the various groups, then the groups are very, very strong. There's no question. Sannyasi Thakur had no previous experience of the reciprocal behavior between Vaishnavas. However, he accepted the mutual dealings that he observed between his Guru and Param Guru as the Sadachar, proper etiquette, that he himself should follow. And from that day on, he behaved accordingly towards his own Guru without a trace of duplicity. It's very important. Our material relationships, even though we're practicing sadhaks, we still have material bodies and we bump into each other in various rude ways sometimes. So we have to try and exemplify the behavior of our Guru. Like Srila Radha Govinda Goswami Maharaj, he such impeccable sadachar, always. And this is to teach us the same. And we should, regardless of the other person's perhaps inability to do like that, we should not compromise ourselves, and we make the standard. And if someone is being offended, we do just leave. But we should very diligently practice this. It's essential. As the heart grows closer towards pure devotional service, then the reality of the spiritual world becomes more clear in the heart of the sadhak, and that transcendental Vishuddha Sattva realm starts to be perceived, and the behavior of the residents of those dhams is beyond compare. So we are aspiring for that residence. So it starts with our behavior also. It's very, very important. I asked my Gurudev when we were doing this, why are we glorifying this personality in a mood of wanting to hear about Braj-Ras, etc., worship to Sri Radhika, become a Radha Palyadasi, and we're hearing the elevated nature of this person who is worshipping the Shringadev. I couldn't figure out how that could be his Ishtadev, and my Gurudev explained, the Shringadev greatly supports the endeavors of any bhakta. If a bhakta is desirous of Rag Marg, the Shringadev will clear all those obstacles in his path for him to attain that position. So Pradumna Brahmachari is in a most humble mood also, just like Premdas Babaji, and he's residing there in the most wonderful embrace of Sri Shringadev, who can support and nourish someone's Rag Marg Bhajan. It's not that the Shringadev is only just for the Vaidhi Bhaktas, but the Shringadev can be embraced for the Raganuga Bhaktas also. These types of experiences, they have an effect in the ether, without a doubt. It's like if you visit the Yog Pit, for example, and you place your head in front of the deities, if you're at all sensitive, you can sense the potency of that place. That was where the Supreme Lord appeared. There's a power there, like almost a magnetic pull on the consciousness. In the Yog Pit, when you bow down, offer obeisances there, that land was the place of Mahaprabhu's advent. So all his Shaktis, everything came to that land. These are eternal Shaktis. They have an effect on the environment. Don't doubt it. They have a tangible effect on the spiritual life. Is reality. We're so convinced and hardened. Nrsmha Palli is another name for Nrsmha Palli. Exactly the same place. Previously, because now, if you look at the map, it seems that Nrsmha Palli is in Goldrumdweep, but actually it's not. It's in Simantadweep. Simantadweep starts on the other side of the river, on the other side of the Saraswati. You cross over Mayapur, and then that Simantadweep goes to where the Chankazi is, but then it actually comes right around the back. That whole island of Simantadweep previously came right around. And Devapalli or Nrsmha Palli was there within the island of Simantadweep. It wasn't in the island of Koladweep, but because the river is changing, now it appears that Nrsmha Palli is in Goldrumdweep, but actually, originally it wasn't. It was in Simantadweep, because you can see the old map. It goes right around. Srila Krsna Das Kaviraj Goswami, who was an object of the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, showed me a manuscript. Why was he an object of Nityananda's mercy? What's the pastime? When he, apparently in his family life, he argued with his brother. His brother had condemned Abhiram, Mini Caitanya Ram. Mini Caitanya Ram had visited their household, who was a exemplary pure devotee, and his brother and the Pujari, Gunanava, had not accepted what Mini Caitanya Ram was saying. They were only accepting Mahaprabhu. They were not accepting Nityananda, because Nityananda was in the mood of an avadut. So it was very hard for people to understand the avadut activities of Nityananda. So some would reject Nityananda. But Srila Krsna Das Kaviraj was very angry with this because his nishta was fully with Nityananda Prabhu. And that night he had a dream, and a beautiful person on a chariot with a palm frond on his emblem came, and it was Baladev, and ordered him directly to go to Vrindavan. So this was the mercy of Nityananda on Srila Krsna Das Kaviraj. He went to Vrindavan immediately at a young age. He was about 18 or 19.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,